Well, hello. Welcome to Dr. Jester Rants, and I'm gonna rant about this from Reclaim the Net. Google sues Germany over hate speech laws. Google wants to decide what's hate speech, not Germany. Wait, what? What the? Did I read this right? Google, pro-censorship, the actual company who wants to actually go after you for whatever you say online and etc., is actually suing Germany over it? What in the actual fuck myself? Well, then again, you will be surprised at what I'm going to cover in the next article about this. It's confusing, very confusing, and besides, let me just say, aren't you glad that you're seeing my beautiful mug again? No. This is not about me, but free speech, even though I want to make it all about me. I'm a hard piece of ass. Maybe that's why. Maybe that's why America is suffering with heat waves. Because you guys are watching my beautiful face. My hot, beautiful face. My hot piece of ass. In there way too often. Either way, let's go. Google has announced legal action against the new provisions in Germany's hate speech law, which the tech giant claims violates its users' privacy rights. Wait, what? Google, you actually care about privacy? Well, I have to say, you people don't care about privacy. You people actually abuse whatever the users have and information in your platform. You just like to sugarcoat it. Anyway. The law mandates online platforms to provide law enforcement with personal details of the persons behind accounts accused of posting or sharing hateful content. How dare you say something against the common narrative? Knock knock. Who's there? Here's the police. You posted something that went against the narrative. You're back to jail now, you naughty boy! No, wait. I need to make it Germany. How dare I not do it properly? You posted something wrong against the German Passe. You the criminal. You gonna go to jail. Oh, okay. Too much. Calm down. Anyway, behind the account accused of posting and sharing hateful content. The Google announces illegal action through YouTube blogs. The company is taking issue with the new provisions in Germany's Network Enforcement Act, that's DG, which took effect in April this year. The Nets DG was introduced in the early 2018 to protect Germans from so-called online hate speech. You was going to be protected because the narrative is very much more important than you want. You suffer. The law okay, then I introduce it. The law requires social media platforms responsible for monitoring hateful content and share regular updates of their compliance. During this year, Germany's parliament expanded the law to introduce new provisions. Now online platforms are required to reveal the details of individuals accused of sharing hateful content with federal law enforcement. You naughty boy! How dare you? How dare you say there are only two genders? How the fucking dare you? The law has not only been criticized by social media companies, but also opposition political parties and the European Commission. Well, I don't know. I'm gonna go on a limb and say here that the Germans seem to have a nasty, tiny NATO problem with authoritarianism. What's the deal with these people? Aren't they tired of authoritarianism? Did you fucking idiots suffer enough 100 or so years ago? And then during the Cold War with the Stasi. Huh? Wasn't it enough? What's the deal with authoritarianism? Really? Do you guys like to choke on authoritarian dictator cocks? Really? I thought you people above all else wouldn't understand what authoritarianism is. Alright. In your opinion, the massive interference with the raw... No. No. I need to make the soy because it's after all, YouTube. And that's Google. And they are absolutely creatures that love censorship. In her opinion, these massive interference with the rights of our users is not only in conflict with the data protection, but also with the German Constitution and the European law. End quote. Sabine Frank, YouTube's regional head of public policy, wrote in a blog post. Per the blog post, Google feels that sharing the personal data of its users with the police is only possible after a detailed examination by the court and the judicial confirmation. And more from Frank. Further, the protection of users' data is a central concern. We have therefore decided to have the relevant obligation of the related legislative package and examined by the Cologne Administrative Court. Hey! As part of the declaration action. Elsewhere in the European region, UK's media regulatory Ofcom announced on Tuesday the appointment of Anne-Sophie Halling for the position of online safety principal. Yeah, don't you dare tell tales, so otherwise you're gonna end up in the principal's office. Don't you dare do something wrong on the principal's office. You're gonna end up with. She would be responsible for tackling misinformation and harmful content on online platforms. Are you kidding me? Halling holds the position of Europe's region's managing director at NewsGuard Technologies, a company that specializes in auditing accuracy of online news publishers. Her appointment comes in anticipation of the approval of the Online Safety Bill, which will give Ofcom to police content on online platform. Well, isn't it wonderful? Well, don't worry. If you say something that is definitely true in 1-2 months from now, you're still gonna get censored. Don't worry. It's completely fine. After all, you're committing a crime of going against the narrative. Remember, it's always the party, always for the party, and always the party is always right. The narrative is the most important thing of all. Anyway, here it is, what I find it confusing. From Reclaim the Net again. German court sues Facebook's hate speech ban rules violate speech rights. Okay. So basically, there is a fight between two very cock giant morons. One is the government, who is fighting the right to keep their right of censoring people and imprisoning them, and the tech giants on the other side, flailing their huge cock and saying that they have the right who is going to censor and imprison people. Yeah, who is going to punish people? That's the fight. Whoever wins, we lose. Hey! Oh. Is Germany protecting some online speech rights more than the US? Well, I don't know. A 2018 decision to temporarily ban 2 users in Germany because of their comments about migrants posted on the platform has come back to bite Facebook, since the country's federal Supreme Court has now ruled that this case of censorship violated the user's rights to free speech. Yeah, like I said, it's absolutely confusing. Whoever wins, we lose. Facebook at the time found the comments to be derogatory and treated them as hate speech. Hate speech. Hate speech. Cutting the 2 users off without giving them a chance to respond and appeal. The court focused on this point to find it unacceptable under the law of the land in force at the time, slamming also Facebook's censorship rules and the way they are enforced. Oh my. Facebook is not alone in its notorious and arrogant system of removing content and blocking users without notifying them about it first. Yeah, you're used to that. Hello, Facebook. I'm definitely a new user. Yeah, this is not my 301st account. No. Oh. And without explaining the reason later, but the German Supreme Court said this would have to change going forward. A balance of the conflicting fundamental rights required that the defendant Facebook commit in its terms and conditions to inform the relevant user about the removal of a post, at least in retrospect, the ruling reads. In addition, the 2 posts are to be restored, and Facebook is not allowed to again restrict or censor them in any way. Holy moly, it took a court action to actually do that. And while the court found out, in principle, Facebook had the right to put in place rules and enforce them on content and users, the terms of use and guidelines that are enjoined, has in practice are denounced and declared invalid as unreasonably disadvantaging users. In reacting to the ruling, the social media behemoths chose to latch on to the first point made by the court, namely that in principle it has the right to censor and welcome. That part announcing it would now be looking for ways to continue to do it in Germany, but this time around, legally. And so, basically, like I said, it's Facebook wanting to censor people based on their own way, deplatform people and unperson somebody, meanwhile the German government wants to do so on their own way. They are fighting. They are powerful little cocks fighting, one after the other. Who wants to screw people the more? Who has the right to screw people? The private company or the government? Wonderful. At the same time, Facebook reasserted that it calls it zero tolerance for hate speech. Yeah. Pledging to continue to remove posts that its mostly automated and flawed censorship system marks as such. However, its spokeswoman or Manexen didn't appear to address the key issue raised in the German Supreme Court decision that of unreasonably disadvantaging users with the current rules and keeping them in the dark about bans and removals, as well as about the concrete reasons behind individual instances of censorship. So, in summary, if Facebook and Google wins, we lose. If the German government wins, we all lose too! Yay! Oh, wait. I think we lose either way. God damn it! Anyway, if you like this type of content, stay right here on goddamn fucking youtube.com/Jester. If you like spicy different content, which eventually don't worry, I'll get to it. Head to betcha.com/Dr. Jester or minds.com/Dr. Jester for that spice spicy content. Anyway, see you guys on Monday. If there's anything important, really important, I'll make a special video during the weekend to brighten your day with my beautiful face. Yes, I'm awesome. And how dare you say otherwise? Anyway, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell button because that is also very important. And on that case, have a great fucking night. And remember, whoever wins, we lose.